Hey everybody, look what the FedEx driver just brought. Look how late it is, it's dark. FedEx driver just bought a box. And it looks like there could be one of those in there. But it's not really what it seems. It's close, but I think what we're really looking at here is a frame. I bought another frame for a project we're going to start. So stay tuned. We'll fill in the blanks here shortly, and watch this thing grow. Watch it grow. Watch it turn into something else. First mod. Lesson learned: don't be in a hurry and try to cut it halfway and peel it off, because when I did, it made a hole in the tubing which I had to weld up. So lesson learned. First mod over. No more kickstand. Mod 2. Boom! Done. Mod 2. Now, next up, Mod 3. All right, here goes. Mod 3. Boom! So, now what we have is, we're getting closer. Anybody know what's going to happen here? Looks like a real motorcycle frame now, doesn't it? Stay tuned. People say that the only way you can have a reality TV show kind of thing is you got to make sparks. So we're going to make some sparks. So, actually doing some grinding. So, sparks. I'd say we make enough sparks. Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Did somebody say suspension? Hey, everybody, it's Walt from Dirtfoot Racing. What I'm going to be working on this afternoon is we made a new head tube for the triple tree to go on the project build. So I have to cut out the existing one to make a place to put this cool new one we made. So stay tuned here. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. Well, I'm going to give it a good shot today anyways. So that piece I just showed you is going to replace that piece. This is a Monster Moto 80 frame. So it had a little bitty engine in it to begin with. We're going to cut the frame, stretch it. But first thing I got to do is I got to put this new head tube in here that'll make a good home for that triple tree. So stay tuned. Let's see here. Let's set that down there. Boop. There we go. Split right down the middle. So now I gotta decide what I'm gonna do with this thing here. So, but you get a little better idea what's going on. Boom, like that. So I gotta do a little bit of shaping and messing with, and we'll get that thing welded on there pretty soon here. Well, here's the idea, guys. Now I just have to make sure it's straight and start welding. muffler house. Okay. Twin shockers don't run no mufflers.
Well, I got one coming.
Twin shocker. This is a CCI twin shocker. A Chicom twin shocker. I think I'm going to leave it just like it is. I'm not going to keep grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding. Let's clean this up. Let's clean this sucker up somehow. I'm not quite sure how, but clean it up somehow. Twin shocker. I think we'll use an aggressive brush. Yes, that's what we use. An aggressive brush. to stand and do it, which is a pain in the butt. Gonna install the bearing races. I'm gonna use a piece of all thread, and we'll tension both of them at the same time. See how it works. Look at that. That thing going in just like it. Bottom one in, and
like it's supposed to.
And top one in. Yep. That's pretty at the moment. Rolling. Unicorns.
Yes, now.
So we must be on. So we're gonna put the front end, the front suspension, the front stuff into that freshly tacked on
Frame.
steering head thing. One bearing's in already. So roll over here. This is by no means the final installation. We're just testing things out. Okay, now we're gonna have to, because our stand is a little high for this, we're gonna have to, oopsie. I'm gonna lift the forks up and you wiggle them into. Time out. We'll get another stand.
Other stand.
Something shorter. We're using ammo cans before, I think.
Yeah.
This thing's gonna fight us the whole time, so. So, up we go. Oh, in with the new. There we go. Okay, not like a camera. a 50 cal ammunition.
Way fast.
They're crooked. Oopsie. How many monkeys does it take to install some handlebars?
Need to be, once it gets to its height, it needs to be tight. Because you're just gonna get the same slipping.
Okay, this is going down on the ground. My foot's going in front of it.
Because once you let go of this, it's just gonna fall down that way.
Where's
These need to come up more.
the forks?
That's why you need to have a wrench when you're doing it, to be able to tighten and loosen these things. Instead of going off half cocked.
Send one loose. I don't know what happened. Yeah, we'll get it. What do you do if you do go off half cocked a couple times? Now and then.
Difficult to say.
Are you listening?
Okay, plenty loose.
These need to come down on it.
No, that's why I gotta loosen it.
That's what I was going to suggest, a persuasion device. Not that. Okay, didn't it just?
These need to come up like that.
These need to.
They need to go, these need to go
They
down.
take it down.
And
Yeah.
that's when I do that.
That's why I said we need a. Here. No. Where are we going?
This isn't lined up here. It's not lined up. I'm gonna fuck up the threads.
We need to.
That's why I was getting this all set up so that this doesn't move at all, and we can place it on the bike without having to do all this. Because right now we're trying to hold 5 things. I'm sliding down the fork tubes. That's why. Take this out.
How are you going to do that when you don't know?
You know how tall it's gonna be because you're limited.
I don't know how tall it's going to be until you have the bearing thingy on. Until you have the.
But these have to have some way to. there was
You got
the
it.
washer, but
You don't know. No. Negative, you're not right. You need more thread than that. So you just gotta let these, I know you got these things right to the edge, but they gotta come.
come down where? I think the neck is a little big.
That's not enough, that's not enough thread to do anything. I mean, you put the washer on there and you got no thread.
Yeah, no, but what determines that height is the neck.
Oh.
If it was just like slid together and then took the measurement from there.
Chris, what'd you do to me? I was very concerned about this when he was doing that. I was like, I'm gonna measure this thing so it's right. Because you're not gonna get 15 shots at it to fix it. It almost seems like where's the let's see the washer. Let's see the nut.
Try,
Give me something to tighten this stuff with. I just want to see something.
pulls in.
Yeah. Like that. A little bit. Came in a little bit. I want to see if I want to feel if there's step on that back there. This way it doesn't move. It's like step on it because I'm gonna wiggle woggle it. Okay, there's no extra. Okay, let go. Let go, my ego. See what we end up with. Not much. It may hit worse than welding something on. I have to take it off. That's why I didn't want to weld anything. I didn't want to go crazy with it because I wanted to see it actually work. And this thing didn't get screwed together. I wanted to so bad to screw it together before we got done to see how it all fit. Because this should be sticking out.
And it can't stick out too far.
Almost all that thread.
I know, yeah, you should have more thread. I know.
We've got.
It's incorrect, so we've got to have a new head tube that's the right length.
Or this has got to be taken deeper. The stop is to go deeper. But
It's incorrect.
anyways, okay. I don't want to hear it 100 times either. So.
I don't know.
I know it is. Okay, so just don't keep saying it over and over and over like you like to do. All right. Lift it up. Get the carabiner out of the way. Put that back. Now we're getting close to the final size. It's probably it's a little high in the back still, but because it is. But
Probably be, well, this is at full droop. There's no suspension travel, so that's probably about right for when it's in the air.
you may want to be blue twin chakras.
Because this is fully extended. It's going to be compressed a little bit. The rear's going to be compressed. So it's going to be like the Rokon dirt bike where they put the
Well,
the shock eye like right near the.
depending on
Right
how
here
long the
to
swing
the
arm is,
axle.
it'll probably be something like. Well, actually, this is long right now, so this is not going to be that far. It'll be close. Be very similar, depending on where I put this at.
46. So I mean, you can go to like 48, like a pit bike. A lot of them are going to be 48 wheelbase, but also taking consideration we're stretching the frame.
Yeah, they're gonna be
So you'll be
longer.
you'll be around 48 once we stretch the middle. Yeah, because it's like around 45. Yeah, 45 there. So I mean, this will also come up a little bit, but yeah, once we stretch the frame, it'll be around pit bike wheelbase. Twin chakra. Okay.
Probably take the end thing and bore a little bit either side deeper, and and trim off some of the stuff, and that'll give you some
Could
more.
Could the bearing cups not be
Seated all the way?
Like,
That's
did
a
you-
possibility,
did
because
you
we
think
went
it-
flush, so let's,
yeah, maybe they're designed to go a
let's take
little
it back and forth.
bit further.
Before
Because I see there's some space.
if they're flush, then that's
As
probably.
you can see, you got like
Yeah, they should
a
be
little bit of
close.
space, so that might give you a little. And with that,
Just tight.
it might make up the difference. Help me out here.
Yeah, let's try that.
Yeah, there's a little bit more.
Alright, I don't wanna scratch everything up.
You might have to get a little bit more. This
Yeah.
this one's pressed in all the way.
I'm heading home.
Okay.
Minnie's looking really sad.
Okay.
I'm kind of giving you paperwork here.
Okay, I need to do it because
Really need to kind of catch up on it.
I got a big pile.
Yes.
Yeah, this one's not in all the way yet, so.
And I made a list of others.
Hold it still and. Well, that's what I'm supposed to be doing, huh?
I did a dozen instead of 10. That'll get some of the ones that are pains in the ass off.
Okay.
Satisfied.
Alright. Let me get something. Oh, I kinda forgot about them, so I'm used to not doing it.
I know. I didn't give Mike any of the,
Yeah, he gave me my numbers, but he wasn't gonna get it like for 2 weeks. And I said it wasn't gonna make any difference anyways, cause I'm not gonna run out of them before that, so.
Not really.
Give it a little bit. It's not gonna be as much as
So where do you want me to put this list in there?
Let me get that other thing that I used for.
Well, maybe that washer. It was just the right size. It was just on size. or something. Step down a little.
That's pretty much it, I think. Now that we have it. That's pretty much it. might be some, a little bit of, let's say, wearing in of the, settling of the bearings.
Bedding in.
I'm gonna go home and give you a kiss.
Okay,
Is there anything special you would like for dinner tonight?
not more.
Okay.
Beef round first, chicken.
We still got some of that, what do you call it in the fridge, the leftover stuff.
You need a brisket?
Brisket, yeah, I don't know. Here we
You
go.
want some of that? Yeah, we can have some of that.
Here's the brisket. Trust
Should have more now. Okay,
me. Solid.
this one is up higher than the other one, so. This fork, because I've been holding it, just put your nut on. That's better. That's acceptable now.
A lot better now.
Okay, and now, this one, here, let me see this.
Well, I mean, the fork tubes, you can move them within
Okay,
the,
put a little clamp action on them.
Where did the wrench go?
The wrench,
The wrench.
put it back.
I did.
Are we still filming?
Yeah, it's been going on.
Oh, the whole time.
That's why you gotta edit. Cut it. Break it. All sorts of stuff.
Yeah, because that fork height thing adjusts the wheel too. The wheel's not tight down the bottom either, so.
Well, it can, yeah, you can get the wheel kind of tight on this with the fork heights.
Yeah. You notice the writing on the side of the can? It's supposed to be a production overrun.
What would be like that? Lower? No, one is low.
Well, it'll be high and then you sit on it.
One, yeah. That again, this is full bump. There's no compression on it. You're not full through. No compression.
Alright, well,
Get our wheels from them.
the wheel stand. The Mashimoto 80 wheel stand.
Put the wheel a bit more in line. Get it there.
Okay, that might be a little high, but until I make the swing arm, I won't know. So.
again, it's getting stretched. So you kind of keep that in mind. I mean, the swing arm's gonna, at this, I like that distance there. You don't want a swing arm that's super long kind of thing. I mean, you want a swing arm, but you don't need one that's
You don't want
so
a long
climb.
chain is what you don't want.
Well, yeah, it doesn't need to be a hill climb bike or anything like that.
Where's your
But with that,
twin shocker enduro
yeah, I gotta do some.
Baja 5000?
I gotta modify some of it. Yeah, great. There.
Put the vert.
Well, you have to be careful because it's not like it's held down with anything. That front end is gonna flop over and like. You have to remove those bars.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, and I'll have to explain more how I want to mount the engine, but I think it'd be simpler than what you're thinking about actually. Need less bolts and bracketry and all that. Yeah, because that engine's got to come way far forward. Because I mean, you got like 1 inch of just empty space there. Then you could drop the engine even more forward. And again, 3 inches back, that back bar. It'll be tight, but I think everything will just fit. Find out real quick. So,
Find out. I'll make the frame.
so I'm even figuring out now, because you're gonna have a gusset here for your swing arm pivot point. Again, this is 3 inches out. It's not right here, and the
Yeah.
engine's not in the correct place either. So it looks like nothing's gonna fit, but working it out, I think it will. So you have a gusset here with your swing arm pivot point, and here there's going to be another piece to hold the other side of the swing arm pivot point. Now that piece on this side will interact with the back plate here in that hole, and that'll be the third engine mount. And you'll just clearance a hole out in this plate, because basically your swing arm is going to be like, if your pinion or your driven driver and the driven, if your pinion's like right here, you're going to want your swing arm like right after that, as close as you can get to that pinion gear. But once we get the frame, I can then just make basically cardboard brackets.
Well, now it's adds on now. Next time, cut the frame in half.
Yeah, cut it, stretch it about 3 inches.
Take that other stuff off. And,
Yeah, take that and the plate off. The rear bar can stay for the time being,
That's staying.
unless I figure out it's gotta move. But
It's staying for now.
leave the rear bar. But yeah, 3 inches back, no foot peg deck. Because also you'll be putting your foot peg.
Foot pegs are going to be more like.
They're gonna be like here.
Yeah.
Again, you're 3 inches back there. It's kind of like looking at the Makos and the 450s. You can kind of see it's like a
Gotta have
4-inch box from the pivot
So
point.
there's going to be a brake master cylinder thing like that.
That'll also mount to that gusset plate that does the swing arm. You'll put holes in that, and then you can mount the brake master cylinder. Even the pivot point for the arm, really,
Where's the
potentially.
handlebar risers?
For the forks?
Yeah. Further down now. This might
And did you get like a shallow bend kind of dirt
that'll
pipe
work.
fork?
I have normal forks.
'Cause
Normal
those are
handlebars
Those
come.
are like bicycle ones that are on
Yeah, we have normal handlebars coming. With a crossbar.
So what I'm getting at is they don't have that. on the
Yeah,
back.
there's no rise on them.
Yeah, not a big rise.
Not a big.
So put the bar.
You gotta clear the enduro tank. The Baja 5000 tank.
That's the end of the 5-year plan.
5,000.
Well, 1,000. I don't think they go 5, but
Last man to Kabu Wabu buys.
'Cause I already got plans for a big block version of the bike like this.
Well, that Honda's over there. That Honda, that'd be a good.
And with like a 780 torque converter versus like the 30 series, a bigger torque converter that can do a bigger ratio of even. And I was going with the theme of General Lee. You paint it orange and then it runs off moonshine. And then actually being that you don't, if it runs off alcohol, it'll run so cool that this will become less needed, the fan arrangement on the flywheel. No, you don't.
Nice for later.
Does your Mako have a fan? No, because you're moving. And also it's a properly designed air cool, it doesn't get a fan. It's not running in a compact generator setup.
This needs
So. But if you run it off alcohol, the thing's gonna run super cool just because of all that.
down, around, and up. It's gotta go low. It can't go high. It's too tight. I mean, you can put a tight bend in it, but it's
Well, you also have to think,
I don't
with
wanna
the little
burn my
power
leg
thing,
on
you're
it.
gonna have
right here.
pinion there in there. You can go
Over here,
underneath.
down low, and then just like that. Or something like that. Up and maybe follow in the frame lines and stick the muffler like right.
Yeah, that's what's kind of the plan. That's supposed to show up next couple of days, so. But yeah,
That's all for
like,
night, folks.
like 45, be like 48. It's all said and done.
Oh, more Chinesium. Gone. Alright, so now we gotta grind this off. Get all this nastiness off here. Clean this up. Whack-a-do, whack-a-do. Oh, more Chinesium. Gone. Alright, so now we gotta grind this off. Get all this nastiness off here. Clean this up. Whack-a-do, whack-a-do. You want some ears?
Get that.
Hey everybody, Walt from Dirtfoot Racing. That looks like a half of a monster motor, a mini Moto 80 frame, isn't it? Yeah. Look what that is. That's a frame, 3-inch frame extension. Gonna slide that sucker right in there, weld it here, put the other section on, weld it up. 3-inch longer frame. It's for the 24-hour bike build. Coming real soon from Dirtfoot Racing. Hey everybody, it's Walt from Dirtfoot Racing. Just wanted to show you how things are progressing on the 24-hour bike. This afternoon I just welded up the back of the swing arm, the mounting tabs for the wheel that we cut on the plasma cutter. Of course the front's not done yet, it's just sitting in there kind of fabbing things up to get an idea how things are going to look when it's all done. And this is one of these deals where you start building it, you necessarily don't have a plan. You have a plan, but the plan is always fluid because things change as you assemble things. But this is kind of the idea, guys. As one of the YouTube guys say, it's a twin chaka. So going to have one of those on each side or something similar. And so stay tuned. It's coming along. Going to be working on this weekend, and we'll have some more info towards the end of the weekend. See you. Hey everybody, it's Walt from Dirtfoot Racing. This is part 2 of the swing arm build, and today what I'm doing is I have to notch the swing arm for the mounts for the bushing. I'm going to use some of this pipe right here, bore it out, and then this will be the bushing mounts for the swing arm. The problem is well, I don't have a lot of pipe notching tools, but what I did have, and I bought from a flea market, a garage sale, excuse me, was one of these Harbor Freight pipe notchers. And it was okay, you know. I didn't really use it because it looked like it needed a little bit of repair work on it. So, thinking I was going to have to notch out this rectangle tubing, I realized that those pipe notchers are made for round tubing. They're not made for square, unless your square is bigger than the notch, and of course what I was working on is not. So I figured, well, I got to do something. So I took the clamp off of the garage sale one, got some pieces of scrap, cut a couple of flat pieces of scrap, welded it on, and now I got flat jaws on the clamping part of the tubing notcher, and I think it's going to work. It seems like it's going to work pretty well. I'm going to try it out here in a minute on this extra piece of tubing and see how it acts, and then I'll show you what the results of that. So here we go. I got a hole drilled on the first swing arm. I ended up not using that the Harbor Freight setup because it just wouldn't hold it still enough, even with my mods. So I'm doing it old school on drill press, marking it all out, doing it that way. Seems to work all right. The premise is that this is going to go in here like that, and that'll get welded in there for the bushings for the swing arm. So now I got to do number 2. So I'll be back. All right, back at it. Had to adjust the height of the drill press a little bit. Drill me a pilot hole first to make sure that I get the hole saw in the right spot first time, or a lot closer first time. So now we're going to drill the big hole. Okay. That's one side. Now let's see, we got to knock out that. There we go. Let's get that out of there. Let's get that piece we just cut out of the way. Let's try it again. Get the bottom one. The bottom hole. Alright, got that. Smoking because I put a little oil on it, so not overheating or anything. Got some sacrificial plastic of some sort, like a cutting board material underneath. But yes, so let me take this out of the thing, out of the drill press here, and we'll take a look at it. Now here's number 2 swing arm drilled, and it seems to be okay. So we will now proceed to get ready to weld these things up, get them in there. Hopefully everything works all right. We're putting these bushings in those carriers, so we get a little bit of shock. I guess that's reduction with the rubber type bushings, but we'll see. I don't know. This is all new to me, learning as we go. Gonna come out cool though, I think. See ya. I just sandblasted these things in the blasting cabinet to get them nice and clean and ready to be welded. So now that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna get in here and TIG weld these bushing holders in the end of a swing arm. Well, it's not complete yet by any means, but yeah, that's a major part of it right here. So I will be back with more info shortly here. After getting welded up, I'll show what it looks like. Hey everybody, it's Walt, Dirtfoot Racing. Wanted to show you the progress on the swing arm. Got the top braces on, the top and bottom. Top, bottom. Cut these out with the plasma table. Made it super simple. I mean, I can't imagine. Well, I used to do all that stuff by hand. We'll try not to do that anymore. But anyway, so that's the swing arm at this stage. It'll still have to have shock mounts, probably maybe a chain tensioner. I don't know. We have to see about that. And over here, hello Minnie. Over here, we cut the. Oh, let's see if I can take this out with one hand. There we go. Cut the base plate for the engine. So that was another thing that was super easy with the plasma table. So and I welded that in. So stay tuned. Using that plasma table like we just did, I made this reinforcing piece for the disc brake bracket. I'm going to weld that to there and double thickness that mounting bracket plate there. So with I add the little stud coming out on this side that goes into here. It's strong like bull. So yeah, we just cut this out. That would have been a major pain in the butt-ski to do manually. But with the plasma table, man, we knocked it right out. So stay tuned. There'll be more of this kind of stuff. You like it, this kind of stuff. If you like this kind of stuff, like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned. See ya. Hey everybody, it's Walt from Dirtfoot Racing here. Tonight we welded on that stud, which attaches or slides into the brake backing plate there and makes the brakes work. Doesn't let the caliper spin freely. So we got that done, and that's working pretty well. Don't look at that axle bolt; they will be shortened. That will not stay that way. Don't get all wonky on me. Man, what else are we doing here? We walk around the corner here. We are going vertical, baby. The 212 is going to be vertical, just kind of fabbed up, tacked up, welded a little bit. The engine mount, which mounts to the engine plate. And we are boldly going where we have never gone before, but we're going to give it a good try. So, that's what's up tonight over this Purple Haze. Well, I was just talking about the vertical 212. This is the mount that we cut out tonight. Tack welded it together. This is the premise of the vertical. This is the 196, but the vertical will be a 212 in the bike we build, the finished bike. This poor engine is just a guinea pig, so to speak. But yeah, that's what we've done here. That's how it's going to work. At least that way we're planning for it to work. We'll see in the end. I think it will though. And we're going to have to mount swing arm mounts on here, weld those on. But that's to come on another episode here. So this is what we did tonight. Hey, it's Walt from Dirtfoot Racing. Wanted to show you we're working tonight on the swing arm. I have one of the bushings I'm going to press in with this clamp. Just wanted to show you that, how it goes and all that. I had the bushing in the pipe that I welded in. They basically measured the same, the outside diameter and the inside diameter. So it's actually squeezing in really easy. It's not putting up a lot of resistance, which is good because at some point we'll wear them out and have to replace them. So probably have to replace them after the 24-hour race we're going to do. We'll have to see how they wear, but maybe we'll go to more of a conventional bearing versus just having a the bushing with basically it was just 2 pieces of tubing with rubber or a rubber type material laminated between the 2 of them, so it gives you some shock resistance or whatever in the swing arm. But let's see how close we are. Oh, we're almost there. So I mentioned the other day when I was doing this that I had misplaced one of the bushings, and I'm still missing that bushing. So tonight we are going to weld on the mounts for the swing arm, and I'm going to have to fab up something quick just to center this bolt in that other side over here, because I can't seem to find the bushing. So stay tuned. We are getting ready to use the plasma table to cut out those mounts, and as soon as we do that, we'll start welding on. Here's the result of my insertion of the bushing into the swing arm. That's what it looks like. So we've got to come up with something temporary on that side, and then we'll put the bolt in and weld the mounts to the frame. All right, everybody, this was our first shot at the mounts for the swing arm. Cut it out of some 3/16 plate. This is not bad, but we're going to change the design. We changed the design a little bit, make it a little longer on one side, and we're going to try to incorporate on the opposite side of where I'm looking right here will be the mount for the brake master cylinder. So we're going to try to incorporate that into this mount also. So stay tuned here. We are going to cut another version of this. All right, here we go. This is the closest side to where we're looking, and this is the far side. These things are going to come down here, and they are going to go like that, like that, like that. This side over here, if I don't drop it more, we'll possibly get the master cylinder for the disc brakes mounted to it. We'll see what happens, but yeah, that's the basic idea, guys. So we are going to attach these to the swing arm, and I'm going to get ready to start welding them on. Well, in the welding space here, we've tack welded on the mounts. Going to have to put the front end on and take a look and see if things are straight, things are crooked. It's really hard to tell. I don't trust this frame. This frame's nothing I think is parallel from side to side, front to back. So we'll just have to put things together a little bit and see what it looks like and go from there. Well, we got it back on the pseudo stand, about the normal ride height, about the normal ride height, with the mounts welded on, tack welded on. The front's actually tack welded on too. It's not finished welded yet either. I'm waiting to do all that to the very end, but you can kind of get a pretty good idea how she looks, and I think she's looking pretty good actually. So we'll just kind of see if it's if things are turn that front end a little bit. I'm just no back. So do you think it's straight?
But what I'm saying, the base plate isn't level, so it's holding the bike.
Yeah, we've got.
That's more close to level there, at least on the base plate, and if that's level. Make that level. That's a whole lot more.
Things are looking pretty good. We've been looking at it. Kind of lift up the back wheel there to get an idea. But yeah, it's going to be cool. Come together. Yeah, we got the mock-up engine back in and threw the handlebars back on, and just kind of getting more of a feel for how it's going to look and what do we have to do. There's still plenty to do, but that was a major thing, getting the mounts on for a swing arm. And we did that tonight. So this is come together. 24-hour bike, soon to be at a mini bike event near you. All right, everybody, it's Walt from Dirtfoot Racing. Look what happened. We got shocks on the back of the 24-hour bike. It's officially a twin shocker now. We just finished tack welding on the mounts. Took a while during the day today to kind of figure out those braces you see right there. It's the first time doing this stuff for us, so it's been challenging at times. But anyways, starting to come together. I think it looks pretty damn good myself, and it actually kind of works. Forks aren't tight. It's had a fork sliding moment. But anyhow, yeah, so that's what we were doing today. Making those mounts. It took a few attempts, and you can see some of the on the plasma table, the evolution of the mounts. Took a few shots. Luckily I have plenty of metal. But yeah, no, it's coming right along. Get back up here and get a oh yeah, look at that. Watch out. We're gonna hit the track. I'm gonna tear it up. So yeah, that's a 24-hour bike. 2 shocks on the back. Some people asking, why aren't you doing monoshock? Well, personally myself, this is most people's monoshocks they build are kind of sketchy, so to speak. I didn't want to have a sketchy one, so we decided to go this route, and it's working out pretty well, I think. So stay tuned. Things are progressing. We'll everything is tacked right now, and once we know for sure that it's good to go, then I'll weld the frame all up and finish things off. So next thing on the docket for us is gas tank for me.
The powertrain.
Some reinforcements up here.
Intake manifolds, exhaust.
Oh yeah, intake manifold, exhaust. Yeah, I got to do all that stuff too. But yeah, but that's coming along. This was the stuff that was. I've made lots of intake manifolds and exhausts, so that's not a problem. But twin shocker thing was new for us, so that's taken a little bit more time. There's been some trial and error, but it's all coming together. Hopefully it doesn't come apart at some point, but we'll find out how we did once we get it all together. It's sitting a little, yeah, it's not bad, not a bad stance.
No,
I mean, we're not even talking with the engine in it or anything. Once you sit on it, always you lose a little bit when you sit on it. So
we don't have any preload on the springs.
yeah, there's no preload on the shocks, on the springs or anything either. So And we noticed we left a couple other, we made a couple positions extra on that, just in case. So, you know, I had already bought, this is the second set of shocks I bought because the first ones are really too long. So, yeah, it's coming along. See you guys later. If you like this kind of stuff, like, share, subscribe. See ya. Hey everybody, it's Walt from Dirtfoot Racing. Tonight here we made this intake manifold for the vertical 212. And this is kind of how it's going to work. Slide that on there. And then the carburetor goes on like that. Get down here like this so you guys can see it. Gas tank will be over the top of it, our extra large enduro style gas tank. So yeah, that's where that whole thing's gonna go. I like that. So you can kind of see how that all works. But basically that's some 1.25 inch mandrel bent tubing. You can buy it. I bought it off of eBay or Amazon, one or the other. And then the big ass gas tank up above that.
Tucks underneath it.
Throttle cable will come off that and scoot underneath there. But yeah, and then we cut the flange on the plasma table. So yeah, it's coming along. I gotta show you those twin shocks. Those things are awesome. But anyhow,
And this is the actual engine that's going to be in it.
yeah, this is the engine. This one here has got some of the whistles and bang. You know, it's not too crazy inside. Flat top piston cam. It'll have the PVL flywheel. We're going to do a little porting on the head. Got that cool polycarbonate valve cover so we can see what the oil's doing up there. Got some different ratio rockers, but they're nothing super high tech, just stamped out ones. So yeah, stay tuned. Pretty soon here we'll have the engine running vertical, just to prove all the non-believers that it will work. Take it easy, guys. See you. Everybody, Walt from Dirtfoot Racing here. Just wanted to show you, I've been working a little bit on some of the ideas for the chain tensioning. Gonna make this bushing / roller on the swing arm rod or bolt to help with any interference the chain has with that, any clearance issues. Plus we're gonna put a spring tensioner and a guide down by the sprocket down there to help with that all too. So, and then we've got some muffler pipe coming to do the muffler on this side. It's gonna come down, it's gonna go around underneath, and it's gonna come up on the back. So that's coming, so stay tuned. And the shape of the fuel tank is cut. Well, we'll see when we try to bend it all up. Hey guys, just wanted to show you this. We're putting the gas tank together for a 24-hour build. Got it kind of tacked together. We bent most of it. And then this other part, these sections have been welded on. Got it tacked right now. Still have to do this back piece and make the bottom. And then of course, put the bung holes in. That gets you all excited. Bung holes, filler cap, bung hole in the bottom. So that's what's going on with the 24-hour bike stainless steel fuel tank. Hey everybody, it's Walt from Dirtfoot Racing. Again, in this little video we just did, you see how we cut out some of the metal for the tank. How we bent it. I don't know if there's any welding, can't remember. Drilling the hole for the top drain or the fill plug there, and you know, kind of just going through the whole process. Still need to have the seams welded up, the proper bottom put on, the tank filler needs to be welded, and the drain bungs in the bottom. We're talking we'll probably leave it stainless steel. It's made out of stainless steel that I acquired for nothing from a neighbor in the shop here that was moving out. So it's going to be pretty cool when we all get done. I think we're probably going to leave it the actual tank color if we can, the natural stainless color. I've made a couple of the stainless tanks and that works really well. So you're asking, why'd you make the tank so big? Well, part of what we're doing this for is a 24-hour race coming up down here in Florida. This bike is our 24-hour bike, we're calling it. So we are building it to run for an extended period of time without having to stop and get fuel or worry about running out of fuel. Because I found in the endurance type races, if you don't build a big gas tank, you'll run out of gas, or a very good chance of running out of gas. So this time we decided let's build it properly large. So just to get a comparison, there's your gallon jug. So we're probably sporting easily a gallon plus just by the volume and the size we got here. So yeah, that's why we're doing it. It's for an endurance race. And you know, what the heck? Let's do something different, right? Everybody's got the same bikes when they go to these mini bike races for the most part. And I get it. You know, everybody doesn't have the means to make stainless steel gas tanks and all that stuff, but we're doing it just to test our abilities and see how it all works out. So, also today I added the starting parts of the roller on the swing arm bushing. I've got some other chain tensioner parts coming to take care of that. I got some more muffler pipe coming, that 1 1/4 mandrel bent pipe to complete the exhaust pipe. And then we'll be firing this thing up. We did the intake manifold yesterday. We'll be firing it up here on the frame to try it out, and we will videotape that and we'll show that to you guys too, so stay tuned. And if you like this stuff, like, share, subscribe, share it around with your friends, show your other mini bike friends some cool stuff being built. And feel free, if you see something you like, definitely copy it. This was started out as a Monster Moto 80 frame, if I'm not mistaken, and that I bought from GoPower Sports on one of their sales. Cut the rear suspension part of it off, took the head and the front off, modified that for the pocket bike type forks. So it's been an interesting build, and anybody can do this. You just have to have a little look at a regular dirt bike. That'll give you tons of ideas. That's what I'm crafting this after, you know, trying to follow the lines and such. So don't limit yourself to something that, or don't limit yourself to some of these frames out there that really were never designed to have any suspension on it. Find something that has some proper motorcycle type frame lines and just build something. Have fun. Talk to you guys later. Thanks. Hey everybody, just wanted to show you the foot peg mounts we made this afternoon. Took some pieces of miscellaneous steel here, used a plasma table, cut some tabs, cut some little pieces, welded it all together. These are actually KTM 450 foot pegs, footrest, what do you even call them. Bought them used on eBay, you know, made in Austria, the whole 9 yards. So pretty cool. Going on the 24-hour build. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, just wanted a little update on the gas tank build. The ass end is on it and the caulk is on it, and it has some water in it right now and it doesn't seem to be leaking. So all we have to do is add an attachment point in the back and an attachment point in the front, and it should be ready to put on. So just a little update here. Just saying, look how shiny that thing is back there. Just shine this whole thing up. Make Elon Musk happy. Big side. Oh, damn air compressor came on. Gotta go. See you guys. Here it is. Here's the tank. 24-hour bike with the tank sitting up on the bars, not attached permanently yet or anything. Yeah, you get that feeling because it's large, but it is big. But once again, building a 24-hour bike, we're not gonna be riding for 5 minutes and stopping. So, you know, maybe perish to the car. Who knows? Just kidding. But anyhow. And that's the tank. Got to weld some tabs on front and back, make some mounts on the frame for it, and then I think she'll be good to, that part of the build will be finished. So 24-hour bike, tank, gas tank, fuel tank, 90% finished. Oh man, look what showed up. The 52 sprocket that I had cut by these guys. 52, and with that pattern for the 420 chain, that's gonna be sweet. More better than that little bitty 30 something one. Get a little more torque. It's here. That means we can get the engine mounted up where it needs to go, get the chain lined up, get that part figured out, and then I can go back over here and get working on the exhaust, which I stopped because everything wasn't in the final position. So things are progressing. Stay tuned. 24-hour bike, Dirtfoot Racing, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Check it out, Dirtfoot Racing. 52 sprocket, kind of mocked up how it's going to work. I think it's going to work well. Like I said, I got that roller up there. I got a chain tensioner and a guide going to be installed. So I think it's going to work out all right. So this came in the mail today, and I think it's going to work well. Hey everybody, Walt, Dirtfoot Racing. Believe it or not, one of the hardest things to do on this build was get this chain swing arm thing figured out. I think it would be really easy, but it's not. So, but I got me a nice roller in the works there, up front. See, just when you think you got it, the chain decides to do weird stuff. So, but we're working on it. We'll get it worked out. Oh, look at that! It's foam for a seat. The most comfy 24-hour seat ever known to man. But it's in the works. 24-hour bike, Dirtfoot Racing. Oh, there's that chain doing weird shit again. So, anyways, we'll get it worked out. See you guys. Hey everybody, Walt from Dirtfoot Racing here. Boom. Yeah, I think I'm going to use that for weld that thing right in there and reinforce this whole front end here. That's the idea anyways. We'll see how it works out in the end, but I think it'll be pretty cool. Yeah, and aside from that, kind of consumed this weekend with some other activities, so I'm not going to be working on the 24-hour bike, but come beginning next week, it's balls to the wall. Hopefully by the end of the week, we're going to have this thing fired up and rolling on its own power, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, it's Walt from Dirtfoot Racing here. I've been away from the Dirtfoot compound for a couple days doing some military vehicle stuff, and yeah, there's things going on here. It looks like the 24-hour bike has been taken apart and there's some work being done on the frame. Look at the engine mount. This is the engine mount we came up with. Let's see how it's going to work in the end there. Let's come over here. Let's walk past the... Oh, it's gone. Somebody must be working on it again. But it's this is the swing arm for it. Got the mounts all welded out. It is complete. It's finished. The mounts are all finished up. Chain guide mount is welded on, and that's looking good. Got to put the real bushing in there, not this piece of steel. And this guy is ready to throw some paint on and make pretty. Let's walk over here. Go down this way. See what's going on over here. Oh, look at John's in there welding on the frame. So, doing some more work on that. So, it's coming together pretty quick here. So this week is going to be a big week for the 24-hour bike because we're going to get it up and powered on its own power. That's the plan. So, hey, look what I found. I found the gas tank for the 24-hour bike. Looks like the idea is more of a satin finish than a shiny finish, which will probably be easier to accomplish, seeing how there's some scratch marks from the grinding and finishing and stuff. So it'll be easier to make that satin than it will be to make it super polished. So yeah, that's coming along here. 24-hour bike, Dirtfoot Racing. Stay tuned. Like I said, hopefully this week we'll have it up and running around in its own power here, and you know, work out some bugs before and get some of our riders riding it, try it out. So stay tuned. Hey guys, this is some of the cool stuff you can do with those plasma tables. This is like a first generation, so to speak, rear brake actuation lever. But we're going to change the design a little bit and change the pivot point and stuff. But my son cut these the end piece where your foot goes and then bent it around, man. So I mean, you could do this all manually, but it's way more easier with the plasma table. So that's one of the advantages of having that thing. Brakes work, at least for now. Hey everybody, Walt, Dirtfoot Racing here. Just welded on this brace for the exhaust pipe for the 24-hour bike, so it's not, look at that smoke coming out of it. So the pipe's not vibrating its ass off and break off at some point during the race. So ready to put back on. I think I will wrap it. I think it'd be cool looking if I wrap it with some fiberglass exhaust tape. So I'll make my final decision in a minute here. Bingo, here it goes. I'm gonna fire this thing up for the first time. Earmuffs. I don't know, I don't need no earmuffs. But we're gonna fire it up for the first time, see what happens. You're going to see it because we have not started this at all. So let's see what happens. Choke on.
Just that.
Kind of hard to hold the camera and pull the cord at the same time. Let's try this here. Let's bring this over here. Let's put this back in here. Boom. All right. beginning was that the valve train was going to get lubricated properly, but it appears it's getting more than enough lubrication from the splash. So for those of you who say that you can't run a 212 vertical, I think you need to rethink that. Because we're doing it right here. So. This is the first time the engine's ran. It's got a cam, a rod, CVT flywheel. It's got a flathead piston in it. It's got ratio rockers, 1 to 3 ratio rockers. Stock head with valve. So we didn't want to go too crazy because maybe the intent of this is to go 24 hours, not to go fast for 1 minute. So as you can see, it's running. So we need to ride it now.
Runs good.
So far.